mostly today or tomorrow you are going to get a new link. Okay, so if at all if you get a new link, so you can continue with the old link itself. You can continue with the old link itself on the point here. Okay, and
Sir, this is the new link only. Without username and password, we can't able to join. I thought.
you got a link today.
No,
Everyone got. Okay.
we got a email and password from Ashok IT.
Mm-hmm.
After that, hey, the Ashok IT, we have created an account for you. Like that, we got one email and username, email, and password also. I changed my password also.
Okay, but that is not Zoom link, I guess. It's only for notes, I guess. Maybe I don't know. Is it a Zoom link?
Yeah, it's in Zoom link only.
Okay, maybe. So you joined to the session with that link?
Yeah, that link only. I joined with that course, that ashokit.com, where I joined this link only.
They have not updated the latest link. They're going to do that from tomorrow onwards. We have to log in through portal. In the portal, they are going to update it.
Okay.
So now with the old link, we are using the old link. They have updated the old link only in portal also.
Okay, it's a good point. It's a good point. I think I'm not aware. So that's what I came to know. That's fine. So as long as maybe it's mentioned through portal means you no need to worry about new link or old link. As long as through portal you are able to log in, okay, and you can log into that. Okay, right. So these are the normal points and as well as the technical points. So before I proceed further, any questions, guys? As of now, any questions so far?
Sir, how many classes already completed?
6 classes are completed, sir, but all those 6 classes are purely introduction classes, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Introduction
okay,
in the sense, introduction in the sense, what is a monolith? What are the advantages of monolith? Why microservices? So whenever you get a time, go through there and get this. Okay. Today is the first class on the course content point of view, decomposition pattern, whatever. So we are going to start from today. Okay.
Sir, recorded session where we will get.
Did you join to your WhatsApp community? There is a link.
Yes, sir.
Do we have? I mean, I hope in that you are going to have. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And everyone got till last Saturday recording, or any confusion in that? Because in one day someone requested me that you didn't get one lay link, but after that is that issue is resolved. Now everyone has all the classes till last Saturday. Everyone has that link, guys. I mean, everyone
Sir,
has
Saturday. Only Saturday, not there. Friday till Friday we have.
Okay.
Yeah, we have all videos, sir, in our portal.
Okay. Then who is our asking? Ravi Shankar, I'm not sure. Maybe you need to, if you subscribe the course, you will get a user ID password to the portal. In the portal, everything is available.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, we'll
maybe
talk, sir. No issue.
Demo classes, maybe they updated 4 or 5 classes in the WhatsApp. After that, regular classes, right? So through portal only. If you subscribe to the course, you will get a portal link, username and password. Just now Vinod mentioned. And if you log into the portal, you will get all the recording videos. Okay, right?
Got
Maybe
it, sir,
2-3 classes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other questions, guys, on a logistics point of view or a course point of view or anything here? Is everyone is clear? Yeah. If everything is clear, we'll go further, guys. So, microservices design patterns. We discussed a lot of limitations in microservice architecture, right, guys? Now, the top benefits. the first question if you can face in the interview, what are the achievements or what are the observations, or you can say that what exactly we are achieving from microservices using the design patterns, the main advantages using the top 10 or top 5 are the main pillars of the our main advantages using the microservices design patterns. Okay, so the first one is availability, scalability, resiliency, efficiency. The main point is high availability. That's the first point. I mean, these are the top advantages. High availability, high scalability, resiliency, efficiency. So these are the normal common English words, but that can be applied to microservices. The top advantages to the business: high availability. At any point of time, whether you are in a production environment, development environment, test environment, okay, our product will be highly available at any point of time, like www.google.com. Do you saw Google is down at any time? Something like that. This microservices architecture are helping us to make our product highly available. Even though development is going on, even though defect fixing is going on, even though customers are telling requirements, but our product is highly available. Our product is always available. Though we are having development, testing, requirements, etc. All those things are the first topic, typical advantage, that is a highly available. I mean, just I had discussed here, just I'm mentioning a few points here. Highly scalable. We can scale at a business feature level. On the specific business feature level, we can scale. Okay. So we can provide good experience to customers, because with this, we can scale at business feature level, and with this we can provide a good experience to the customer. That is a highly scalable. Next, resiliency. If you have a problem, if you have any problem during the journey, during the product, if you have any problem in any of the scenario, in any scenario, if you have a problem in any of the scenario, how to overcome our opportunities to mitigate the problem, opportunities to mitigate the problem. Something like that, as I mentioned here in Big Basket, I got a payment failure. I have a problem. Right, sir? Just I mentioned at high level, in a Big Basket or in Amazon, in order creation, there is a problem in the payment component, or there is a failure in the payment component. It can be a code failure, it can be a system failure, it can be a real failure. Code failure is we wrote a wrong code. With that code, we have a problem. Environment failure means something, the payment gateway, HTTPS, The certificate might have expired. We need to update a latest certificate. That's environment. Right, sir? And external system failure. The real system, payment system itself is having a problem. Or else the customer itself enters wrong credit card, wrong debit card, wrong UPI, something like that. So these are the sort of failures. Correct, right? Code failure, environment failure, real system failure. Okay? Or it can be any of the failure. So if any failure comes by default, if any of the failure comes, okay, how we need to do? What exactly the options we have? How we can solve the problem, or how we can mitigate, or if the problem comes, what exactly we can do? So that is a resiliency. Efficiency is what? Yes, I found a problem. How fast we can recover? We found a problem, sir. How fast we can recover from the problem? Just like I mentioned, right? In a payment gateway, the certificate is changed or expired. We need to upgrade, or we need to upgrade to new certificate. How fast we can recover? Okay, so the turn around time is very less. Turn around time is very less. Okay, so this is an important interview question, guys. It's an important interview question. Maybe anyone can provide their answers if you have an idea. The question is, sir, you told high available, high scalable, resilience, and efficiency. I got it. But in your experience of microservices journey, okay, what is the average time? What is the average time for cosmetic fixes? How much time you people will take in your real time or in your project for cosmetic failure? What do you mean by cosmetic failure? Any idea cosmetic failure means? Cosmetic failure in my terms, the measurement is, okay, a small small code change. A small code change. Maybe it will take 5 to 10 minutes of code fixes. It's not a new design. It's not a new design. We no need to change any new logic. We no need to change any infrastructure. Just like a small code fixes, like null pointer exception, arrays related exception, data structures exceptions, a small problem, okay, which I am referring that as a cosmetic problem. Okay, now if that problem comes in your production, how much time will it take? I'll give one more example, guys. I'll give one more example. Just like I'll give my real-time scenario, sir. Okay, I have an application, sir, in a payment gateway application, which I worked, I think 6 years back. The company, they will own a payment gateway. Okay, sir. Now, in my front end page, I have a credit card, debit card page. Okay, validation section. Okay, sir. In a validation section, we hard coded 16 digit is a credit card number, debit card number or credit card number. We hard coded in the sense Something like we wrote in a configuration file, I mean, just like somehow if the card number is 16 digit and we are getting this value from the configuration file and we are validating whether is this a valid credit card number or not. Okay, understood, right, sir? Sir, just like I'm explaining, it's a good point in interview. Okay, how fast we can recover the problem? Turnaround time is very less. That's what I mentioned. I'm explaining more on this particular specific point here. Okay, the interviewer is going to ask you for a cosmetic failure, for a cosmetic fixes, like we are not doing any design change, any major code change, any flow change, just like we will only do the small fixes, null pointers or small things. Okay, small fixes which effort of 5 to 10 minutes, that's it. Okay, now that I mean, rather than telling generically, I want to give an example here. That is a payment gateway application. I have a specific validation section, sir, here where I am entering. I mean, just like if customer enters a card number, I'm validating it against, I'm keeping a property file. In the property file, credit card length I'm taking, and in the property file I put a credit card number as a 16 and I'm retrieving. And if customer enters less than that, more than that, I will throw an error. That is my requirement. Okay, sir. Now I have a new card came, sir, which is Amex. Everyone knows, right? Anyone knows here? American Express, whose card length is only 13 digit. I think 12 or 13. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. 12 or 13, sir. I lost somehow. I forgot actually. American Express 12 or 13 digit. Okay. Now, when I implement this, everything is good. Everything is done. Code review is done. Everything is done. Everything is good. Okay. But at that time, no one expected that a new company is going to launch a credit card with less than 16 digit. Now, a customer is trying an order with Amex card and validation failing is something like that. Enter a valid credit card number. Enter a valid credit card number. So even though customer enters right number, but we are getting enter a valid credit card number. Understand, right, guys? Now this is the cosmetic failure. Just like you can change the 12 to 16, or you can write a code, a JavaScript or whatever front-end code. If a card is Amex 16, 12, 13 or 12, else 16. So we need to dynamically take the credit card length. That's a sort of code, 5 to 10 minutes. That is the meaning of a cosmetic fix. Okay. Average, how much time will we take to move that code into production? Now customer told that, hey, I'm using a credit card, Amex card. Now I'm having a failure. How much time I can tell customer, which is giving a solution to the customer? Any idea? Sir, everyone is getting my context, guys, please. Everyone is getting my context here. Okay. How to answer that sort of question in the interview? Any idea? Guys, I hope everyone is able to hear me clearly. Anyone, any idea, guys? Vinod or anyone?
Yeah, we are able to hear you, sir.
Yep. What exactly the answer we can give to the interviewer? If the turnaround time is asking to measure, can we measure the average time? The
Average time,
development.
yeah, I will give 1 point user story.
No. I am talking about timeline, not about user story. I mean, I don't know what is the user points and what exactly. So my intention is, whether are you going to take 1 day, 2 day, half an hour, 1 hour, half a day, 5 hours, 8 hours, timeline, customer.
1 day. 1 day.
Yep. Any other thoughts, guys? Cosmetic failure. Any other thoughts? My intention is, okay, 20 to 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes, that's a cosmetic failure. Can't we achieve? Can't we make this as a industry standard?
But there is a dependent there, that is front end. You told, like JavaScript and AngularJS.
Whatever. Whether it's a front end or a back end or whatever. Okay. Now you need to think of a code change. That's why I mentioned cosmetic. It's not a flow change, design change, a major code change. 5 to 10 minutes of development effort. Right? That's what I took example of 16-digit credit card number. 1 second. So by default, okay, 12 to 13 digit. Just like I wrote a code of, either I can make 16 to 13 based on some if condition. If the card type, selected card type is not an MX 16, else MX 12 to 13 digit. That's it. Maybe 5 minutes of code. And I can easily test unit test in my local. Okay. And I know I can directly give that to production. I no need to go to testing team. Hey, can you test like this? I am confident because it's not a major breakthrough. Okay. I can create my local JavaScript file or my local class file or my local jar file. And I can ship that jar or a JS or a whatever the binary. I can directly ship to production. Sir, are you following the process? Is this correct way? A local binary can be uploaded to the production directly.
No.
Guys, any other thoughts? Is it correct or wrong?
It's wrong.
Why it is wrong? Why it is wrong?
Yeah, first we have to test in Dev and Sheet or Dev or UAT, then prod. That is the process.
By default, okay, by default, this is not a major breakthrough, right? It's a small cosmetic failure. So, where the ultimate goal is here, especially Spring Boot is providing production ready code. Maybe I'll focus more whenever that pattern comes, production ready code. As long as a small code change, a minor cosmetic change, if at all we tested in our local and everything is working as expected, I can ship to the production. There is no problem because we are going to update, we are going to provide the solution to the customer. But we should have a proper backing out. For example, previously it worked with 16 digit. I'll take a backup. What exactly the binary? Old binary. And I'll keep a new binary with the fix. 90% it will work. If it doesn't work, I will keep my system old, back to the same whatever the position. So we can do this kind of approaches, especially in microservice architecture, with a small cosmetic change. 20 to 30 minutes is the average timeline. Actually 15 to 20 minutes, but copying the binary to customer environment also takes time. So that's why 20 to 30 minutes is the average time. which is the industry expected standard. Though there is a debate point, sir, how can I ship the solution to the customer without testing is done, without UAT is done, without that is not done, without this is not done. Ultimately, for a small cosmetic problem, I can provide a solution on the fly to the customer. That is a best design aspect for not everything, for a small cosmetic problem. That is how our microservices are efficiency. Okay, I hope there may be debates, but this is an industry standard where you can go with that for a cosmetic related issues. Okay, so these are the top advantages of a microservices design patterns: high availability, high scalability, resiliency, and efficiency. Okay,
I
right,
have a question.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
with zero downtime, are we how to deploy? Will it be with the zero downtime?
Yes, we can do
What
that
are the
zero
different-
downtime. We can do that zero downtime by keeping, I mean, I'll explain in the our real patterns. Okay, by default, I
Mhm.
have a load balancer, right, sir? For example,
Yes.
this payment gateway service. Okay, sir, the payment gateway service, it is having in 4 nodes: node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. Okay, what I will do here, first node 1 I will stop it. The load on the node 1 slowly shifted to node 2, node 3, node 4. Okay, I'll deploy the latest fix on node 1 and I'll start the node 1 and slowly node 2. That is a incremental deployment and no one will see the downtime. Okay, zero downtime. Clear?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Now we are going to discuss on the design patterns here. So these are the independent, autonomous, resilient, observable, discoverable, domain design, decentralization, high cohesion, single source of truth. These are the top principles: independent, autonomous, fault tolerant, observable, discoverable, domain driven, decentralization, high cohesion, single source of truth. These are the design principles. So, independent and autonomous means we are going to divide the application independently, independent and autonomous. Okay, so this is a point here, guys. Independent autonomous is applied if the team size is small, maybe 20 to 30 people are there, I can achieve parallel development. For example, I have a e-commerce product team, order team, account team. Okay, product team 5 people, order team 5 people, account team 5 people. Product team can work parallelly, order team can work parallelly, account team can work parallelly. Clear contracts. Yes, product team, this is the input, this is the output. That doesn't matter. This is the input, this is the output. Your functionality, your inputs, your outputs, clear and no dependency with anyone. No dependency with anyone. Okay. Unlike monolithic architecture, if a code in page 1 having a problem, it will not come to page 2. But that not like this. Dependency is very, very, very low. Clear contract. This is the input, this is the code, this is the output. That's it. And we can deploy independently. In this scenario, we can go with a design principle of independent autonomous. Just I'm giving high level overview, guys. Now this is the first point on the decomposition pattern. This is talks more about this. Decomposition talks more about this, but decomposition it will applied for a small team size. We can achieve parallel development. We have a clear contracts, and independently we can deploy the things. Individually we can deploy the things here. Okay, right. I think there is a link here. Maybe I'll take this link, guys, but people may ask again, is it same link or a new link? Okay, something changed actually. Right. Next one is resilience. Just like single point of failure, resiliency, cascading failure. What is the meaning of cascading failure, sir? Single point of a failure means within the system, I have a problem that I need to avoid that. That resiliency, I can do that. But cascading failure means, what is a cascading failure? For example, sir, product microservice calling order microservice. Order microservice is calling account microservice. Okay, sir? Product microservice is calling order microservice. Order microservice is calling account microservice. Yes or no, guys? Now, I have a problem in order microservice. With that, I cannot call account microservice because the output of product is an input to order. The output of order is an input to account. If at all my order microservice is failed, my account microservice I cannot invoke. It's a cascading failure. I have no problem in account microservice, guys. There is no problem in account microservice. As a problem in order microservice, where it is not able to communicate to account microservice. That is a cascading failure. Understand, right? So we can consider as a event, product event, order event, account event. Something like we can consider failure as events and analyze it properly. That is the point here. Resiliency. Observable. The meaning itself is telling observable. We can observe. Centralized monitoring means whenever I find that order microservice is having a problem, high CPU utilization or core dump, memory dump, thread dump, OS crash. Because of these reasons, if the system is down, we need to monitor immediately. Before customer places an order, proactively we need to check whether all my services are available. That is centralized monitoring. Centralized logging. Especially, maybe I'm not sure how many participants attended my yesterday's webinar. Okay, centralized logging. Product service giving some logs, order microservice giving some logs, account microservices giving some logs. All should be available in one location so that easy to track, easy to debug, easy to troubleshoot. And health check system to monitor, we can have to monitor the health check here. That is a observable pattern. Next one is discoverable. Discoverable. All services should be registered at one place. All services should be registered at one place. Why we need to register, sir? If I don't register, what is the problem? So there is a point here. Discoverable pattern. What I'm telling here, all services registered at one place. If I don't register at one place, what is the problem? Any idea? Sir, everyone got my question, guys?
Yes, there is a communication problem. See, if all registered in one place, they can communicate each other without failure, I thought.
Any other thoughts, guys? Yeah, I'm going to explain. To achieve a loosely coupling architecture, the main point is, as I mentioned, Swiggy and Paradise. If Paradise Hotel URL, a port number is changing, I no need to restart my Swiggy service. I mentioned, right? Swiggy architecture, Paradise Hotel architecture should be independent, loosely coupled. A change in infrastructure, URL change, environment change, port number change, anything that should not impact the other system. If all services are registered at one place, my Swiggy call come to that single place and it will check where is my order service. It will get the order service details and will call that. So if services are registered at one place, then we can achieve loosely coupled architecture. If services are not registered at one place, which is going to bring a tightly coupled architecture. Understand my point, guys? Everyone is clear on this point, right?
Sir, can you explain more on
Yeah,
this?
by default, sir, if all services are registered at one place, I'll explain this. Maybe I explained in the previous class actually, but let me repeat again. Maybe the participant might not be there. Okay. For example, sir, I have a component, sir. Okay. Service registry. Okay, sir. Let me explain here. Service registry. For example, sir, I have a Swiggy UI service. Okay. What it does here? Creates order object. I ordered chicken biryani and a dessert, something I ordered, and I created order object. And it should call Paradise Hotel, something like that. HTTP paradise.com:8080 process order. To this REST API, Swiggy should call. To this REST API, Swiggy should call. How Swiggy will write a code? They will keep this URL in the configuration file, right, sir? They will keep this URL in the configuration file and they'll pick it and they will call it, right? Now, what is my point here is, tomorrow process order is changed to, assuming that process order API changed to 9090. What is my URL here? HTTP paradise.com:9090 process order. Now this is a new change. Possible, right? At that particular time, again I need to change my configuration file. Again I need to restart my Swiggy UI service because there is a change. If I do like that, Swiggy UI service and Paradise services are tightly coupled. What do you mean by tightly coupled? A change in one system also impacts the change in other system. Okay. So what exactly I want to achieve here? I want a loosely coupled. How I can do that actually? An architecture. Swiggy will calls a common area. Okay, that is what it is telling here. Registration at one place. That's a common area where all services will be registered. Where all services will be registered. It's a common area which is given by the Paradise. And you can have here all the APIs. 8080 process order. 8081 process payment. Something like that. All the other APIs. So Swiggy can only call this common area which will never change. Like that. What is my URL if that is the case here? http paradise.com, no port number, /process order. I will call to this registry only, and let registry will take care. Hey, this process order is on 8080. It will call like that, and no impact on Swiggy. Tomorrow, if it is changing, my common area will not change. This area will change. So that if all registered at single place, it is going to achieve a loosely coupled architecture, which we are going to see practically in the registry service discovery and registry pattern. Is it clear, sir? Who asked this question? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. That is a point here. Next. It makes client life easy when looking for a specific service, right? It's easy, right? I mean, yes, order service, product service, account service, something like that. It makes our lives easy. Next one is domain design, domain driven. If I say microservice name, whatever the domain, I feel, hey, this is the code they wrote here. This is the code they wrote here. In old architectures, we divided the application on front-end layer, controller layer, service layer, business logic layer, data access layer, database layer. But we are dividing based on business, product service, order service, account service, and the functionality core domain. Completely domain-driven development. Domain-driven development. For example, in a banking sector, if I am asking, I started a project in banking sector, 2 months are over. I can tell my customer, sir, I have completed savings account, current account. I can talk in terms of domain. I cannot talk, sir, I completed 20% of front end layer, 30% of service layer, 80% of data access layer. Customer don't want to listen to those. So our measuring factor based on the domain, that is a domain driven design pattern here. And decentralization. Okay, decentralization means product data should be with product microservice, order data should be order microservice, account data should be account microservice, whether it's maybe NoSQL data, relational data, or any kind of in-memory schema, Cassandra, H2, anything. That depends on the nature of the system, nature of the business. That is a decentralization. High cohesion. Okay, sir, you have any questions? Because I am explaining at high level, sir, and we are going to deep dive when the pattern comes here. If you feel anything, because I'll explain in deep dive. Now you can understand decentralization. Okay, previously our entire data in one database. Now I don't want that. Every service has its own database, whether it's relational, non-relational, Mongo, or anything. So that's the point here. Domain driven. Our focus is on the domain of the business. I completed this service, this service. I can talk to customer in a domain point of view. So just I'm giving you some idea about that kind of design pattern with that. Okay, right. High cohesion. What do you mean by cohesion? Cohesion. It's a bonding, right? It's a bonding. Do one thing only. Single responsibility principle, business function, business domain, scalable, high available. So product microservice will only should talk on product related functionality. Single responsibility principle, SRP. Will now be recorded. Okay. Guys, please make sure that you cannot attend any parallel classes. Okay, and make sure that you are always on mute, guys. Okay, Vinod, no need to raise a hand. Actually, I'm not sure why you raised a hand, but if you have a question, you can ask me. You no need to raise any hand here. Okay, right. Now, a business function, a business domain, similar features. So this is a typical measuring factor for high cohesion. Next, single source of truth. The main advantage is if I go to product service, I'll get the product information. If I go to order service, I'll get the order information. If I go to account service, I'll get the account information. I no need to avoid if I go to product service asking order information. If I go to account service accessing order information, I cannot do that actually. So this is the typical high level overview on this design patterns here. Now I'm going to start tomorrow on the decomposition pattern. Now you got a high level picture on all the design patterns: decomposition, integration, database, observable, cross-cutting, resiliency. These are the in-depth points, and this is the high level picture: independent, resilient, observable, discoverable, domain driven, decentralization, high cohesion, single source of truth. If someone asks you to explain on that,
I have a
Sir.
question.
one second. I'll take all the questions. Okay. If someone asks you to explain the design principles, you can mention these principles. And if they go in depth on any point, now my upcoming classes will help you. Today's class is to get a what are the patterns are available and what are we getting here, all those things. Okay, right. Yeah, go ahead.
What exactly the difference between fault tolerance and high available? Both are same, right?
Okay.
Fault tolerance and high available.
By default, sir, small difference is there, sir. But internally, fault tolerance means what? I have a problem, okay, and how can I mitigate that problem? That's a fault tolerance. If our system is fault tolerant, then immediately internally I'm achieving high availability. For example, when I can say Mr. Vijay is excellently teaching, something like that. If all the participants are asking the questions and Mr. Vijay is answering properly, then I can convey that my class is going well. That is one way of measuring whether my class is going well or not. Okay. Second principle is, if I am teaching in such a way that, first of all, there is no chance to ask the questions. If Mr. Vijay is only asking the question, Vijay is only telling the answers, and you're not getting an opportunity, or you're not getting a time, or you're not getting a what I can say, you're not getting a real picture, and everything you are getting, no questions, no answers, but class is good. That's one more way. So by default, fault tolerance is a way to achieve high availability. Okay. If I make sure that if I design my system in such a way that there is no fault is coming to my application, that is also high availability. So fault tolerance is one of the way to achieve high availability. I cannot say that fault tolerance is only high availability. That's the point here. Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, you
As a
told domain driven.
domain driven. Yeah.
Driven. Yeah. In I want to some real-time example. What is the domain drive?
That is what I'll go there, right? Domain driven design time. That is what I have a example, business capability, domain. These are the patterns. We'll go in depth with the 2-3 examples I'm going to take here. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say here in this with this explanation. Previously in monoliths or overall architecture, I can measure the percentage: 10% front end, 20% back end, 30% data access. That is my measuring factor on the development size, which I'll tell to my customer where we are standing with respect to our development effort. Now, sir, I completed savings account. I completed fixed deposit. I completed home loan. Right? I'm talking my progress in terms of domain. Do you understood? That is meaning of domain driven.
Yeah.
But
Why
I'll
means,
explain again.
yeah. Why means because of we divided small parts every services. That's what we are telling easily to client.
Yes. That is what I'm going to explain in detail on the decomposition pattern, which is tomorrow morning. You will get a more idea on domain. Okay. Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Next question, sir. Sir, SRP you mentioned. What exactly is that?
Single responsibility principle. That means product management, home loan. What is the principle? Single responsibility principle is home loan. It should only take care of home loan work. I cannot do any other logic. My home loan service should not do, it should not call any others. Home loan means home loan only. Single responsibility. I cannot club multiple responsibilities. I cannot make my home loan service should be assuming that my home loan should be taking care of some other service, mortgage loan, other service. No, home loan. Product management, product related. Order management, order related. Account management, account related. Single responsibility principle, that is do one thing only. What is that one thing? Whether it may be business function or a business domain function, easy to take new similar feature so that I can achieve scalability, availability. That's the point here. Okay. Single responsibility principle.
But it is not going to satisfy the object-oriented principles, right? Where we have parent-child concepts. Parent would be
We'll go there. We'll go there whenever. We'll go there whenever we talk on the design pattern, right? So how we can achieve the object-oriented principles through domain-driven or a single responsibility principle, which will go there when we saw the real picture. I'll take an example. I will write the classes. Now you can talk to me. Hey, Mr. Vijay, you wrote this example. These are the classes. How you are achieving object-oriented? I can say that we can write without violating object-oriented principles. With an example, I'll teach you. At that time, you can ask the question. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. I will wrap for today, as I delayed the class for 10 minutes because we didn't get an official link, not yet, and we are just waiting for the batch. I mean, today is the first class. That is no doubt about it. Okay, and we are just waiting for the official communication. After that, our classes will start at the right time. Okay, right. I mean, Mr. Vijay told every day start sharp 7 o'clock, but class stayed delaying because just like it's only a kickoff and starting point. That is the only once the batch is formed with the new link, once all are subscribed to the course, and this is the count, this is the strength. Okay, I will take an introduction from everyone, guys. Small introduction. Once the people are subscribed to the course, then from that day onwards, if you join late, I don't mind. I'll start at the regular time. Okay, fine.
Last question, sir.
Go ahead.
As part of your training, are you going to cover gap theorem, consistency, this availability? partition thing and NoSQL. When we have
By
to go for a
default.
NoSQL.
By default, sir, this
All
is a
this-
concern. These are the course content which I've given clearly. Okay. And in the database per service, in which scenario you'll go with relational, in which scenario you'll go with non-relational. In the design, while taking the design, we are going to brainstorm. Okay. Understand?
Yeah.
Sir, just to avoid, just to on a clear, transparent point of view, design patterns is a big course. It has no end. Okay. As I have a course which I need to complete in a stipulated time, and I'm confining that these are the powerful in industry standard, and I'll teach only this. And I'm telling you again and again before you subscribe to the course. Okay. This is my boundary. If you feel that this boundary will help you, you can subscribe to the course, because expectation versus reality. Okay. Design pattern means lot of patterns are there. But some of the patterns will be useful in real time. Some of the patterns are not useful in real time. But I'm telling that this is what we prepare the course content in such a way that 90% of the people this will be useful. But still 10% of the people may have some different things, but that percentage is less only to that domain. Okay. So I'm telling that this is my course content I'm going to cover in upcoming 45 classes. Okay. Right. Thanks everyone for today. Have a great day. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you all.